Welcome to Ninon Speaks. I'm Ninon de Rosa, and I have an incredible guest. Actually, the guest I have, I know him, but don't know him, if you know what I mean. But that's what happens with Ninon Speaks, so I can find out exactly who he is. His name is actually Chris Cook. Now, Chris Cook actually does a little bit of what I do. But since I don't ever interview my guests, I'm now going to find out exactly what he does. Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm well. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm looking at the chair you're sitting in, and behind this green screen, I have exactly the same chair.
Oh, is that right? This was my father's chair. It's kind of a family heirloom.
Well, it's funny because mine is my husband's chair.
Oh, wow. I know. I love this chair. I feel like I need a pipe, you know, and a good book and do like a book review.
You need a pipe and a glass of scotch. Forget the book.
Right.
So now, Chris, you live in Las Vegas, right?
I do. I'm in Texas at the moment.
Oh, how wonderful. So Ninon Speaks is flying off to Texas. I love it. And actually, Chris, this is why we have this program, is because I have another program called Vegas Live with Ninon, but that's done live. And this is done through whatever media on the internet that we choose. This particular time we're on Zoom. But so we get people out of town or in town, or I've had people from Australia, London, Paris, you name it. So it's pretty cool.
Well, Texas is it's its own country. It really should be. It's crazy here.
Well, everybody's moving. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people are moving to Texas. And why?
No state tax mostly.
Oh, I thought it was because of, you know, the living arrangements they have there, which is pretty cool because California is sort of, you know, it's up in the air with all the homeless and this going on and that going on. They've got a lot of different things happening in California, which are not actually that good.
Yeah, no, there's every big city's got the same problems. When I was, you know, I live in downtown Las Vegas. So off of 14th and Fremont Street.
You do? Oh my goodness, you really are in the downtown.
I'm downtown. We keeping it real downtown. It's crazy.
Now that's the original, and they're building downtown Las Vegas up incredibly well.
It's changing a lot. It's changing really quickly as well.
Were you born in Vegas?
No, I was born in Chicago.
Oh, I love Chicago.
And then I grew up here in Texas, and I've been in Vegas the last 3.5 years.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I moved there to for comedy. Like I do stand up.
Now you do stand up comedy, but you've got an awfully straight face.
Yes, you know, a lot of my comedy chops come from watching British comedies.
Oh my goodness. I had a comedian on my other show the other day, and he was talking to me all about the British humor. And I'm laughing because I am British. Obviously, I got an English accent. And we have rather a dry sense of humor.
It is. A lot of comedians struggle when they go to England. The jokes don't quite compute the same.
No.
Now Australia, it's the same as going anywhere in the United States. Our comedy seems to compute really well there, but it's a different set of sense. It's a different type of sense of humor that the British.
They have to get it, and sometimes this is really quite fun. You can say a joke, but you keep a straight face, because in case they don't get it, you don't make a fool of yourself by laughing like an idiot.
Right. No, I feel my delivery style is kind of British comedy. I grew up, you know, the Faulty Towers, Good Neighbors, Are You Being Served? Yes, Minister. I can do quote-alongs on all of those.
I love it. Now, when you do you actually learn how to be a comedian, or does it come naturally?
No, I say it's kind of like golf. You're going to be really bad at it for a long time.
Oh,
You have to, you have to learn. Sure, there's, there's the Richard Pryors that were born just hilarious, but the rest of us know it's a muscle. You have to work it out. You have to practice, and you have to get as comfortable on stage as you are at a party telling stories to your friends.
Now, when you are in the sidelines and you're ready to go on stage, do you kind of get nervous, or do you kind of, when you walk into the place, do you kind of check your audience out to see, how you're going to handle them? Or do you pick that up immediately you get on stage? You sort of say, oh, I know this audience, I can do this, this, and this.
Yeah, no, a lot of both of that. You get a feel for them. The comics that go before you, you're watching the crowd. Yeah. All right, why is that table over there talking and not paying attention?
Do you actually say that?
I say it to myself, yeah, and I'm like, all right, I want to make sure I direct my comedy straight to that table. I want to pull them in immediately, because they're going to just.
Would you walk on the stage and walk right up, sort of, not right away, but when you find out that they're still talking and you're trying to do your act, you walk over there and like directly make the joke at them?
No, just you kind of pick somebody out of the audience to give your focus to, and you just pick that table and you make sure your eyes are on them and they lock their eyes on you. And I had a big show at Hyenas Fort Worth, and that back table never took their eyes off me my whole set.
Really?
Yes.
And now, does that make you feel comfortable, and does that make you think of more jokes and doing more things, and sort of, gets you excited?
When it's a good set is going really, really well, it's intoxicating. You do want to, I feel like I'm bulletproof. I can say anything. They're laughing at my setups. They're laughing not just at the punchlines, they're laughing at my little side remarks.
Which you have not rehearsed, obviously.
Right. It's just, the crowd, you hear a funny laugh from somebody, or people. I don't find I have too many, you don't get too many hecklers, but you have those people that really want to be in the show.
Yeah. So do you sort of kind of know the pattern you're going to go in, and how you're going to, because you've obviously
I do. I have like an outline of what I want to cover.
Yeah.
And then just have that, that well enough so that you can get in and out. When it's going really well, it's kind of, I'm finishing a punchline, making my arm gestures at the same time, thinking, if they laugh at this, I'm going to do another one. But if they don't laugh at this, I'm going to go to my next subject.
Your next subject. So you choose different subjects. So
right. You're in real time, and all the past, the present, and the future all at once.
What sort of jokes do you go to? Because a lot of people out there, especially men, they're always kind of joking about their wife. She got up this morning, she, whatever. I'm not a comedian. I could try to be one. Do you think I could be a comedian?
Oh, certainly you could.
Do you think anyone can be a comedian?
Most everyone can learn to get up there and
be funny.
I don't know. Some people just have that real bad fear of public speaking.
Yes.
You and I don't have that.
No, we don't have that problem. I think.
No, I don't even know what that is.
I think we talk too much sometimes. Right. Shut up! Be quiet, woman.
But some people won't ever get past that barrier. So other than that, if you, I was just talking to one of my bosses. I still have my day job. I'm a family law paralegal by day.
Oh, really?
So that's where I get a lot of my material.
Oh, I would think you would, wouldn't you? Oh,
the people are awful.
Awfully good or awfully bad?
Awfully good for my comedy career.
Your comedy, right in there. You love every minute of it. What made you want to become a comedian?
I don't know. You just always had that. When I was a little kid, my bedtime when I was, 5, 6, 7, was after the Johnny Carson monologue.
Oh, wow.
So, it was in my head way back then.
Yeah. Wow. And you thought, well, I can definitely do that. So where have you performed in? Have you performed in any of the big places, you know, like the big hotels in Las Vegas?
I have many, you know, like I said, I've been there 3 years and it was closed for a year and a half.
Yes.
I had my first paying gig on the Strip March 10th of 2020.
Yeah.
And they closed the whole Strip March 15th.
That's right. March 15th was D-Day.
It's not working out for me here.
So is this why you're in Texas now, or are you just visiting as a family?
A little of both. I'm touring. I've had some shows here. I've had some shows in Austin, Texas. I'm in Dallas right now. I had a big show in Fort Worth. I'm trying to close some shows right now for Tulsa and San Antonio. I was hoping I'd have those locked in before our chat here today.
Can we not talk about them in case it happens, or don't you want to do that?
And we can and I'll share my website with everybody, and we'll put the details up on that.
Yeah, we'll get the details out, and then if you do get these gigs and you have a poster, send them to us, and we'll put them up on our Facebook and everything for you.
Well, thank you.
We'll give you some publicity, even though we're in Vegas. It doesn't really make much difference because we're international. Everything we do is the internet. So, and
right.
I started, you know, a long time ago on the internet because I knew that's where everything was going. And I even think all the talk shows and everything are going towards the internet now. You know, there's no longer any sets. Everybody tries to make a set and they try to get into this place or get in. I said, why? You just do it out of your house with a green screen. It's
right.
Cool. You know, it's very, very cool. So,
or to get a nice chair.
I know. Well, I'm not jealous because I have the same thing. What color is your chair?
It's bluish blue.
That's really weird because mine is blue as well.
That is funny.
That is funny because it looks exactly like it. And the reason I don't use it for my set, it takes up the whole screen. I can't see my NinonSpeaks or anything, so I don't use it because I want to see or I want to do my advertising. So when are you coming back to Vegas and start booking in Vegas?
February, March. I know I have some shows in April, but I'll be back for good in May.
Okay, so where are those shows in April? Can we talk about those? Can we?
Yes, I'll be at. I have Rick's Rollin' Smoke on the Strip. Great comedy venue. That's Rick from the Pawn Shop. He has that barbecue restaurant across the street, and they do live comedy every Wednesday. It's a great show. I am hoping to. I've got some stuff. I'm bubbling. I'm hoping to get something booked at the Grand. And I'm working on some stuff at the Plaza too, so I'm really excited about that.
So how do you get your work? And I'm asking this question for all our audience so the younger generation can come up and they'll know what to do and how to do it, because that's what NinonSpeaks is about. We try to help other people and obviously, you know, advertise for you as well. That's what we do. How do you get your gigs? Do you have an agent or do you do
No, that's the business side of comedy is selling yourself.
Yes.
So one thing I did when last summer in Vegas, your producer helped me film my own comedy special.
Really?
And we sold that pay-per-view on the website. And Maria is, you know, she's
Maria Pureza is she's my producer.
Yes, everyone loves Maria.
Yeah, well, she's amazing. She produces my other show, Vegas Live with Ninon. She's a producer for that. And now she just became producer for NinonSpeaks. So she's swept me up into her.
I don't know how she doesn't sleep. That's why she never sleeps.
She just told me, she said she's working away. She said, you know, Ninon, I haven't slept yet. And I said, what do you mean you haven't slept? She hasn't been to bed yet, but she looks pretty cool though. She looks
fantastic.
No, she looks wide awake actually. She looks more awake than I do.
Yeah. But you know, we filmed my special, so I have lots of good segments from that's how so I clip those up, and that's what I use to advertise. Hey,
so you send out a CD?
You go to the booker. No, you just send them YouTube links.
YouTube link. Oh wow.
And then you just email them. Hey, I'm a comedian, but you know, you have a comedy resume.
Yes.
It shows where you've been, what you've done. And you sell yourself. and send them the clips. They want short clips with a bunch of laughs in it.
Yeah, the clips I believe have to be like, they don't really want them no longer than 2 minutes. They like them.
Oh,
short.
they're not going to listen to anything longer than that.
No, they won't. And it's funny because somebody said, "Oh, I want it 5 minutes long." I said, "Well, you might want it 5 minutes long." They're going to know the first 2 or 3 seconds they open up.
Yep. Yep.
And they'll flip it. They'll get rid of it. They don't want to know. So
if you don't have a laugh in the first 30 minutes, they're stopping at 30 seconds.
30 seconds, you're gone. You're goodbye.
Yeah, they're on to the next one.
They sure are. So what would you advise anybody coming in into the arena of being a comedian? What would you advise them to do, Chris?
Sell yourself, understand the business side, and dress up, wear a nice shirt. Don't be a t-shirt comic.
Don't be I couldn't agree with you more. I think that's because you and I are both in the older generation. We do definitely like that classy stuff.
Right.
And I think it works every time. I think people like that. Unless you're really a younger person and you're sort of, your audience is a younger person too. That's a little bit different. But I think basically in Las Vegas anyway, on the Strip, I think people are very used to sort of, dressing up a little bit more, not as much as we used to, but I think so. Absolutely. I
got all these suits in my closet. I might as well wear them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. So when you go to practice, do you practice in your house, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, in the mirror? How do you get this all through in your mind?
The phone now has so many useful tools. There's a recording device right on my phone. So I write things. I used to have to write out every word. Now I kind of sketch it out. And then I record it, listen to it back, do it again, listen to it back. And you work things out at open mics. You go to their practice venues for comedy, and there's lots of them in Vegas. I've found so many here in Dallas area too. They're all spread out.
And that doesn't cost you any money to go to these open mics?
Nope. And you might only get 3 to 5 minutes, so you got to be specific. All right, I'm working on, and you're not really doing an intro. You're just working on this one section of a bigger.
So you get yourself 2 or 3 jokes that you want to practice on and see what happens.
Right. Yeah. See what the reaction gets. Comics don't laugh at other comics, so you have to make sure there's a good amount of regular just audience.
Yes. Yeah.
And you have to get it out. You have to say it a few times to remember it.
I remember at one time in Los Angeles, I was at one of Joan Rivers. It wasn't a recording, but she had all these things all over the floor, all these different jokes, all these different pieces of paper and everything.
She had a card catalog, like an old library thing.
She did. She had what she had, and she used to practice on this.
It was alphabetical. You pick any subject, you say a noun, she's got a card catalog with a stack of jokes that big in it.
Well, they said at her home that she used to have all these files of all these jokes and jokes.
Right, like an old library card catalog. I love the Joan Rivers.
Yeah, she was amazing. Now, what happens about the memory side of this? Because you're going to have a pretty good memory, or does it just kind of all roll together? Like Johnny, you mentioned Johnny Carson, and I remember Johnny Carson coming out, and he would just roll these jokes. I mean, did he read off a board, or did how did that work?
They did have a teleprompter on the Tonight Show, but no, you're getting older. You know how you walk into a room and you forget why you walked in there?
Well, no, that's never happened to me.
Or imagine doing that on stage.
I can't imagine doing that on stage. I would probably make a joke out of it.
You do, right? And I do. I have
go back and walk back in again and see if I can remember the joke, because I can't even remember my name or my joke or my anything. So you can always make a joke out of a joke then. Always.
Some of my funnest, best sets is when I'm trying out new material and it's not working, but then I make light of it not working and they laugh even harder at that. It's like I can get laughs out of.
You don't really need a script, do you?
No, I can get laughs when a joke doesn't work.
Yeah, because if you've got so many jokes in your head and you can just roll one off the other and you roll one out and they all start laughing. So oh great, I'm going to do then I know the other joke I'm going to do. I'm going to say this joke because I know the track, because there must be different tracks, like what sort of jokes do you tell? Somebody about their wife, somebody about their children, somebody, some are dirty, I think.
Yeah, no, mine are kind of stories with a lot of funny parts to it. So yeah, but a comic that just has jokes, 30 minutes of and his jokes take 20 seconds, that's a lot to remember.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my God.
So yeah, I have like 3-minute stories, and most of my comedy is from my real life. So I'm not having to remember stuff. It's stuff that's already in your memory.
Do you find that when it's going well and you're like jumping along and sort of everything's going good, the time goes by much faster than trying to do a joke and trying to get the people to be with you?
Oh, 3 minutes on stage when you're unprepared takes forever.
Yeah, I think so.
30 minutes when a set's going great goes by in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, because I know with my show. Now you have another show, don't you? You have a show that you do with Maria Pureza, which is social media shows.
We do. We haven't done it in a bit here since I've been on tour. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on that when I get back to town. We've been talking about it. We may do it like this also.
Oh, okay, yeah, because this is pretty good. I mean, I've been doing Zoom. NinonSpeaks we've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and I started it because of the pandemic. I thought, well, what happens if my other show falls flat and I've got nowhere to show it and no one's going to watch it? I better do something else. So I started this show, and I did have somebody else doing it with me, but now I'm sort of doing it on my own, and I actually like it because I'm used to being on my own. I'm not used to having a co-host or anything like that. I really don't jump well with it, unfortunately. But this young lady that was with me, she was with me for 1.5 years, and now she has her own show. So at least good came out of what I did do. So I'm happy that I've made a platform for this. Her name is AJ Dean, and she's doing something Hollywood Talk or something. I don't remember the name of the show exactly, but I think it's called Hollywood Talk. But I wish her all the best, and she's out there doing her own show. So why not?
No, I love both your shows. You bring in some great guests. Always the entertainment from the being kind of new to Vegas. I like to see. These are people I wouldn't hear about if it wasn't for your two shows.
Isn't that? Thank you so much, Chris. You are absolutely amazing. What's going to be the name of your show when you come back with Maria Pureza?
Which one? We were talking about the morning show.
Oh, and is it called the morning show?
I'm drawing a complete blank. What were we calling it? She's right there. Ask her.
Oh, that's good.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine with Chris. Do you have a?
See, we just talked about your mind blanking.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, that's a prize example to my audience. Now you know
Rise
exactly
and
what
shine.
it's like.
Yes.
But our show, I don't pre-interview. I don't really pre-tape. I mean, this could go live. Nothing's changed. Nothing ever has been changed on any of my shows. And I love it. Vegas Live with Ninon, which is my other show, that is totally goes live. And I don't pre-interview my guests. And sometimes I'm looking at it thinking, what on earth do they do? Who are these people? And it turns out really, really, really good. I enjoy it very, very much to find out. And also giving them that opportunity. Do you have guests with you on the show, Rise and Shine, or is it just you and another partner?
A little both. We've had some fun guests, yes.
Oh, good. So you have guests on your show. I'm just thinking in case anybody wants to come on your show. So how can anybody reach you, Chris?
The website is chriscookcomedy.com, and they can send an email through that. I will update my shows that I've got locked in. I'll update that calendar this week, But yes, they can send me an email at chriscookcomedy.com.
Wonderful. And what happens if they would like to come on their show? Because I think they could come on your show through the internet or in person.
Right. Yeah. And they can also just get me at my regular email, which is c_lcook@yahoo.com. If you're interested in being a guest on our show, Rise and Shine, give us a holler.
Absolutely. That would be wonderful. And that's the same applies to NinonSpeaks. So we do have quite a list of people that would like to come on, because we have been established for quite some time and people seem to like the show, which is yay. They like what's going on out there. But I think bringing all these talk shows to make them different. And I think if you can make them different, and I think you have a great advantage, Chris, because you're a comedian. So if things are going a little dull, just
tell some jokes.
Just a couple of jokes go in there.
Right.
And it can be a lot of fun. I don't know how much more time I have. I think I'm at the end of my tether here. I think I have to get off. But I want to thank you, Chris, for coming on. I also want to
thank you. It was so much fun. Thanks for having me. So much fun to be on NinonSpeaks.
Thank you so much. See, he said, see, you're a performer. You know the right things to say. I love it. Anyway, but thank you to my audience out there for tuning in and for being with us.
Hi, audience. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody out there. Absolutely amazing. And you can also watch Vegas Live with Ninon, which is our other show, and Rise and Shine, which is Chris Cook's show. So there's a lot of stuff to see out there. Just check out social media shows and you'll find them all there. Thank you for watching. All of you, take care. Bye.
Yes.
This old dude here is down in the 89101 with the pimps, hookers, and crackheads. I have the ass of a 16-year-old boy. So, get you some cheesecake. I had to watch porn at the office. They paid me to watch porn at the office. Up is down, black is white, porn is good again. The official name and title is Captain Chris Cookie Cook, the Cook County Chili Cook and comedic curmudgeon, captivating crowds from coast to coast.